Interesting, Chrissy. Interesting, Chrissy. And presently, I know you guys are off season right now. Are you guys working out in the gym, getting yourself ready? Is the school working on maybe practice games in the spring season? What are you guys doing presently? I know there's a lot of programs right now in the gym and doing a lot of work getting themselves prepared.
Yeah, actually right now we are at the gym, and after spring break we'll be doing a lot of field work. So yeah, as our present move. I'm not sure about the spring games yet. Our coach haven't brought it to our attention.
Interesting. Just for our viewers on the different social media platforms, please feel free to text your questions for Chrissy. And as you text your questions, I would ask Chrissy, questions that you would text. So please feel free to text questions. Chrissy, is there any, what about our information? Would you like to what information would you give to a young aspiring female student athletes? Because I want to direct this at female student athletes. I know there's a lot of male looking and they would be able to take track of it too. What are some of the information you would love to give them to encourage them, Chrissy, with the process you went through? What are some of the information you would like to give them to encourage them and the experience that you are going through on a daily basis in terms of your development towards your goals?
Okay, I would like for you young ladies to stay focused. I know right now in Trinidad, it's very difficult in terms of playing soccer physically. So like you can just stay focused, keep praying, trust the process, do a lot of individual work, keep your work rate up, like do your SATs as soon as possible, get the highest score you can, keep your fitness up, and keep motivated as well.
And would you say there's a lot of balancing you need to do when you're attending school?
I will add that there's a lot of balance with work, with missing out on like family events. Like it's only for a period of time. And to be elite, you have to think elite. You always have to have like the courage. You always have to keep going.
Beautiful, Chrissy, beautiful. And how was your season, your last season at your new university? I believe you transferred, right?
Yeah.
How was your season?
My last season was good. I actually made the all-region team. So it was good.
And what system do you guys play? 4-4-2, 3-5-2? What system you guys are playing on the field in terms of lineup?
3 main formations, but the last one we played was like 3-3-4.
Okay.
So yeah, it was different because I'm actually formation.
And how do you fit into those systems? I know you may have come from a 4-4-2 system, I believe. How do you fit? How do you fit in?
Just being able to adjust, communicating with my teammates was the most important.
Beautiful, beautiful, Chrissy. Very, very much interesting. And what do you see for yourself coming up in this new season that is coming? What do you see for yourself? What are the goals you have in place? I know you may have to do some traveling back to Trinidad. I know you just came back from Trinidad traveling. And what do you see for yourself in the near future? For in the short term, what do you see for yourself coming up at the end of this year? The season's going to start. What do you see for yourself in terms of your performance, in terms of school, your grade point average? What do you see for yourself there, Chrissy?
Okay, short term, my short term goals is like to keep my grades up. Well, that should be long term as well, but yeah, to keep my grades up. For my performance to be at peak, meaning like at the best I can. I'm actually working very hard towards that. Working very hard towards improving certain stuff I need to work on technically as well. And coming into the school, well, it's my first time playing with them. And like the girls at the school so amazing. My teammates is amazing. Playing like at the level I am at right now, it's amazing. It's good. I'm willing to like work even more hard to like achieve my goals in order to be like the best player I can for my team and also for myself.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I'd like to ask this question. I usually ask student athletes when I bring them up on the set. I usually ask them this question. When you meet your schoolmates the first time, you know, in terms of conversation, how do you break the ice? How, you know, how do you get the conversation going? You know, because it's people you've seen for the first time in your life, they're from different parts of the world. What are some of the things you did that I know you may have made some good friends along the way, but how do you break the ice? How do you, you know, you don't really want to fit in because, you know, you have that certain amount of brought up, see how you were brought up and how you do things. So you don't want to fit in anywhere, but also to how do you maintain yourself, but also maintain that culture of the team and also the school that you're attending.
Okay, the first time I meeting my teammates, I'm extremely shy, so it was like like being confronted at times. But they made me feel comfortable and they was like very nice to me, so it was easy to talk to them. It was hard enough in a way that I had to like slow down how I speak because our accent, and it was hard for them to understand at times, but eventually like they get accustomed to it, so it was like okay.
I'm fighting here not to laugh, Chrissy. I'm really fighting here not to laugh. You know, I'm really fighting here not to laugh. To be honest, because trust me, I've been here a while and I had that same issue too, and that can be very frustrating because you're really speaking to the slowest that you think that you could speak, and yet it's still not really comprehended that well. So you have to slow down even more speaking, and then you find yourself maybe tight-tongued sometimes in the process because, you know, when someone is asking you over and over, you know, what did you say?
Yeah, so it could be frustrating at times, but you just have to like really slow down for them to understand like what you are saying.
Any future plans to have your university or kids from your university visit Trinidad or the Caribbean region to you know, just to spend some time down there in school vacation, anything like that is in mind? Because I know a lot of kids invite their teams down to the Caribbean region sometimes off season. Any ideas about that? Or maybe I'm giving you ideas to coach.
Probably giving me ideas because I don't have plans to come for summer. I'm planning to play summer league.
Right.
Well, so I don't have plans on coming to Trinidad soon.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And you are a D1 or D2 university, Chrissy?
I'm at NIA right now.
You are your NAI. So then you're coming up against kids sometimes, but 20, 21, 22,
Okay.
that age group, that kind of stuff. And do you really find it hard to keep up with that pace sometimes because they could be very quick?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's about being confident on and off the ball. So it's like being able to pop that fight. Like, yeah.
What about size? No size issues you're dealing with in terms of some of these kids?
No.
You got to go to the gym, you know, Chrissy. You might have to go to the gym and, you know what I mean, do some workouts. That is important, right?
Yeah.
That's important. Build some, you know, you don't want to build in terms of bulk, but you want to strengthen to be able to deal with that rigorous, that tough playing, because they can be very, very, very constant and consistent pressure, right? When you play in the game. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Constant pressure because they run, you know, they just run at you playing and make the game very, very hard for you. And it could become a very mental game, and then it breaks you down physically because the game is a mental game. They keep coming at you all the time when you play. So that is wonderful. Any advice for student athletes, Chrissy, not just in the Caribbean region, but around the world in terms of their dreams, their aspirations in terms of, they wanting to play collegiate soccer, they want to get involved, they want opportunities to participate in the collegiate level, they're seeing it, their friends is out there playing. How would you be able to describe it to encourage them, to motivate them, Chrissy, that they can, realize their dreams too, of achieving, their goals to travel to United States to play collegiate soccer?
Okay, one of the big step I'll always say this is to stay focused because a lot of distractions is going to come your way. Stay competitive, stay composed, stay humble, and keep praying because you're gonna need it. Because I'm not saying it's difficult because it's not impossible to be. You just have to be yourself, play the game you know, and just like be composed and just do your thing.
And you're in a quite a organized and disciplined environment that you are in. I don't know if you've ever been in that kind of environment before, where you have structures inside of that environment. Things need to be done at certain time, needs to be handed in at certain time. Certain times you need to reach to certain places. So what would you advise them in terms of the time management and discipline in terms of achieving what you need to do? Because your life now is not about the hours. Your life is about the seconds and the minutes right now. How you go about getting things done, because you have deadlines, you have times you want to get in your bed, to sleep, to get up, to practice early in the morning. You have school to focus on. You have different things to do. So how would you advise them, or words of encouragement or motivation, to be able to time manage their time properly from where they are now? Because it's difficult. I know it's difficult to come into the environment, and it's going to take you some time to adjust. So what are some of the things that they could be doing right now in terms of getting themselves ready, so when they get to that environment, they would have a sort of a kickstart, if you want to say?
Okay, I'll always say prepare yourself mentally to be faced with these challenges. You have to be on time. So like if you're coming in fall semester, like start practicing getting up early, start practicing like managing your time, start practicing like, you can make like a schedule, because that's what I do. You can make a schedule and like just stick to that schedule. Just prepare yourself mentally back home before you come into the environment.
Okay, Chrissy, I'm reading one of the questions. I think it's on one of your friends who played, I believe, with the national team with you. And I know she's putting you on the spot because she was with you a couple of days ago. And so she's put you on the spot. One of the things she's asking here is how is living out there while dealing with school, also soccer, means of bills, paying bills, example, doing working, place alongside training. So she's really trying to find out, Chrissy, how you're balancing, if work, if you're working while you're there, school, your responsibilities. And I think it all comes down to, Chrissy, as we was talking about, time management, right?
Time management is so important, especially like being a college athlete student. I'm not working right now.
Yes.
I don't plan to right now because like it's very difficult to like add that into my schedule. So it's a lot. And I also make like, again, I make a schedule to like just stay on time with everything.